We are seeing Stephanie Jenkins' true colors showing again and again. Tonight, she posted a video to Facebook without the actual voiceover, and we got to hear her yell at her child for simply making a noise while she was trying to film. I'm going to insert a quick clip here so that you can hear this, but I am literally not shocked at all. I mean, I'm blown away that she even posted it. It's now deleted, of course, because she realized it, but this is just a glimpse into why we continue to talk about what we talk about.
Who's doing that click shit? You got a voice, who is it?
So as you can see, her voice is completely different than what we normally hear. Shocker there. We know she has many different voices and accents. But the sad thing is that these kids are just being kids. They're all in one little room. What are they supposed to do? Be completely silent all the time while you're filming these ridiculously long cooking videos that nobody wants to see? Like, enough is enough.
Stephanie Jenkins might have just revealed a side of herself that fans weren't prepared for. What started out as a simple cooking video took a surprising turn when she accidentally uploaded an unedited clip, no voiceover, no filters, just raw audio. And in that raw sound, it wasn't just the usual kitchen noises we heard. Instead, we caught her shouting at one of her kids, and it wasn't a calm or gentle reprimand, it was sharp and intense. The cause? Not the noisy chaos around her or the crying baby in the background, but something as small as the repetitive clicking of a toy. That tiny sound seemed to push her over the edge. What's even more shocking is how quickly she switched from anger back to humming casually, almost like flipping a switch. If this video hadn't been shared by mistake, no one would have ever known how she really interacts with her children when the cameras aren't rolling on a planned moment. This wasn't hearsay or gossip, it was her own unfiltered behavior caught on camera. This is how she speaks to her kids when there's no audience, no scripted lines, and no one controlling the narrative. Typically, Stephanie carefully layers her videos with soothing voiceovers and edits out any rough moments to present a polished image. But this time, the real, uncut version was out there for everyone to see. It wasn't just a bad day or a slip-up, it was a glimpse behind the curtain, exposing a less-than-perfect reality behind the carefully curated posts of matching outfits, gentle captions, and motivational mom vibes. Instead, what we heard was raw frustration and an abrupt shift in tone that felt all too familiar.
Who's doing that click shit? You got a voice, who is it?
Stephanie is no stranger to clapping back at critics, often responding with sharp wit and sarcasm, dismissing her detractors as jealous or uninformed about what it takes to raise 5 kids. She's quick to defend herself, painting herself as the target of online negativity. But this time, the damage was done before she could respond. The unedited clip was out, her tone exposed, and the carefully maintained facade cracked beyond repair.
Wow, Stephanie Jenkins, I can't go to sleep and come back and get on the internet without hearing you maltreat or mistreat, I should say, your children. If you haven't seen her video, you have to go and search it on TikTok because she deleted it off of her Facebook. But basically, Stephanie Jenkins, she said, "Who's making that click shh?" But the way she said it was so aggressive. She was doing a voiceover for one of her little chicken videos that she always makes, and it just slipped out and all the audio was still there. Like, she posted the wrong video. Then she was like, oopsie, I posted the wrong video. Oopsie, we heard you talking to your children. And I think she was just so aggressive. And people are like, well, everybody cusses at their kids. First of all, not everybody cusses at their kids. People can cuss around their kids, but people don't cuss at their kids. And the way that she said it wasn't like woven into her dialect. It was really mean. Like, you could tell she's giving Ruby Frankie. I don't know, go ahead and like my video and follow because I'm gonna be on her. I'm obsessed. I don't care. I own it.
So, how did she respond? She leaned on what has become her signature move in times of controversy, the "A Taco Champion" shot. For longtime followers, this moment signals an attempt to regain control, usually involving an emotional appeal that aims to soften the blow and win back sympathy, if not the full truth. It's almost a scripted move now. Whenever that shot appears, you know an explanation or excuse is on the way. In her comment, Stephanie wrote, "You don't know how much stimulation I deal with every day. I have more patience as a mother of 5 than most people." It wasn't exactly an apology, it was a way to reassert control and defend her parenting. She insisted she wasn't yelling but was just having a difficult moment. According to her, the child had been playing with the same clicking toy for over 20 minutes and refused to say who was making the noise.
Okay, well, I'll share original audio. I'll share the video with original audio because, no, you're not going to come at me like just because I didn't share the clip, I had something on it. Sometimes I want to put my own voiceovers over a video because, God forbid, content creating is what I do for myself outside of just being a mother. It's something I started because I wanted a hobby. I wanted something that made me feel like I wasn't only just a mother. And I know other moms can relate to that, and that doesn't make me a terrible mom. What you're hearing is the end of the night overstimulation that all of us reach a point at, because there's 7 of us in one bedroom, in a motel room, as you know, and it's going to happen to any family. We're not perfect. We don't claim to be. But we're not hiding anything, and we are a happy family that doesn't need people poking around, sending authorities our way because, oh my God, these are terrible parents. She's a bully for being overstimulated. I'm a bully. No. Go share original audio on Facebook. Can't share it twice on TikTok or it's going to be unoriginal, especially because y'all like to steal my videos and go make your own videos. And I can share original audio more often if that's what you're here for, but I'm not gonna not share voiceovers and my edited version of the video because that's my work being put into it. That's me choosing content creating as my career, and I don't know anybody any explanations to that. You want to come at me like, well, it's not changing your life, and it's not. You don't know that. Just because we don't share every detail doesn't mean that this isn't what's doing right for our family.
But honestly, if a simple clicking sound pushes someone to such a breaking point, it suggests there's a deeper issue beneath the surface, especially since her tone wasn't tired or overwhelmed, but angry and cold. She justified her reaction by saying the whole house was overstimulated, implying that chaos made her outburst understandable. She also stressed that she's just a regular mom doing her best under tough conditions. Stephanie claimed she never prioritizes content creation over parenting, but the evidence tells a different story. Anyone who follows her knows she streams live multiple times a week, often for hours, and posts content daily. Creating and sharing content isn't something she fits in here and there, it's her daily life. So when she says her children are her main focus, but we see her more engaged with her screen than her kids, it's natural to question that claim. The facts just don't line up. Stephanie claims that staying calm amid chaos is crucial, and that occasionally losing your temper doesn't automatically make someone a bad parent. In theory, maybe that's true. After all, nobody's perfect, and even the most loving parents have off days. But the reality here is far more complicated.
Apparently she says that she was overstimulated, even though they have like 30 TVs in their little motel room. And that if you're a parent, then you know why she was talking like that to her kids. Now, some of you may think that that's the equivalent to sit your motherfucking ass down, but it's not. And let me explain why. So, it's very clear, it's very obvious. They're in a motel room. They have 30 TVs. No space. No space. The kids cannot run around, okay? They can't run around. They have no toys. They have nothing keeping them busy and occupied and entertained except the 30 screens that you put in their face. Now, do we all curse and do we have children? Probably. It was like in a way that she was like, now who did that clicking shit? And you have a voice, speak up. Like the way that she was saying it was like, yeah, speak up so I can do something about it. Like, girl, I thought you were a gentle parent, Stephanie. I thought we was gentle parenting around here, around there. I don't know, girl, because that did not sound gentle to me.
Imagine a cramped motel room packed with 7 people, no toys, no designated play area, no quiet space, and a baby crying persistently in the background. That kind of environment is overwhelming for anyone. So when Stephanie zeroes in on her child clicking a toy as the trigger for her snapping, it's not just about overstimulation. It's a symptom of a deeper issue, a buildup of stress, neglect, and misplaced priorities that have been simmering for a long time. This moment isn't an isolated incident, it's just one example of a pattern we've seen repeatedly. And that pattern speaks volumes about Stephanie's approach to parenting, far more than any carefully worded apology or text overlay ever could. Let's break down the situation in the room itself. Stephanie complains about overstimulation and chaos, yet she's the one responsible for putting her children in that environment. The kids didn't choose to live in a cramped, noisy motel room without space to unwind or play. Stephanie made those choices. If anyone deserves compassion, it's the children trapped in that situation. But instead of shielding them or trying to create a calmer atmosphere, her anger gets directed at them. And while Stephanie insists that the loud dubstep music blaring in the background helps her stay focused, the reality is quite the opposite for her kids. For a newborn or toddler, that kind of noise can be distressing, impacting their nervous system, development, and sense of security. Think back to a previous live stream where her daughters quietly approached her, looking for connection. These weren't unruly kids demanding attention, they were calm and simply wanted to be close to their mother. But rather than welcoming them, Stephanie pushed them away, telling them to leave her alone. The subtle sadness in the children's voices was heartbreaking, especially from her oldest daughter, the same one who has shared feelings of being overlooked when her younger sibling arrived. That girl didn't want to be on camera or make a fuss, she just longed to be near her mom. And what she got instead was rejection and blame. Stephanie accused her daughter of disrupting the live stream, as if her mere presence was a problem, but this wasn't a matter of overstimulation or chaos. It was a mother prioritizing her online audience and content over her own child's emotional needs. It was neglect in its purest form. Children are incredibly perceptive, they notice when they're not the focus, and that sense of invisibility wounds deeply. When that daughter quietly asked, "Are you done making all your videos yet?" it wasn't just idle curiosity. It was a plea filled with longing. "I need you. I miss you. Please see me." This moment wasn't just about one live stream, it was the culmination of a long-standing pattern of emotional distance and neglect. A quiet but powerful cry for attention that sadly went unanswered.
I just saw the most heartbreaking clip from a live stream that Miss Stephanie Jenkins did, where her daughter is just wanting to sit beside her. Just sit beside her. And Stephanie gets mad. She's getting annoyed because she's trying to talk to her phone and be on live stream. And when it's multiple times her daughters and her kids come up during the live. And at one point her daughter's like, "I won't get in the video." And Stephanie's like, "I'm gonna have to turn it off if you're sitting here." Like, she's just wanting to spend time with her mama. And you're too busy talking on the phone. Listen, y'all, big reason that I stopped live streaming was because I've got kids. And my 3-year-old is attached to my hip 24/7. And y'all know I don't like posting them on here all the time, so I just stopped doing it. My kids are more important. But like, hearing the heartbreak in that little girl's voice, how are these people still popular?
What's even more troubling is how Stephanie ended that live stream, blaming her daughters for forcing her to shut it down. The ending wasn't gentle or understanding, it was laced with frustration, passive aggression, and subtle guilt tripping. When her daughters softly told her she didn't want to show her face and just wanted to sit with her, that was a vulnerable, honest request for closeness and comfort. Instead of responding with warmth or compassion, Stephanie cut the stream short, signaling to everyone watching that the child was the problem. This wasn't a simple parenting slip-up, it was a calculated emotional response that borders on manipulation. It sends a dangerous message to a child that wanting love and attention is inconvenient, that their presence is something shameful or burdensome. Making a child feel guilty for seeking affection and connection doesn't just cause pain in the moment, it leaves deep, lasting emotional scars that can shape their ability to trust and form healthy relationships throughout their lives. What makes this situation especially painful is that this isn't the first time we've seen Stephanie act this way. She often uses her platform to cast herself as the victim, while quietly shifting blame onto her children. This isn't a one-off mistake, it's a recurring pattern. Sure, parenting is hard, and every mom has her breaking points. But this feels like something more than just exhaustion. It points to a deeper emotional disconnect, where Stephanie repeatedly chooses content creation over truly connecting with her kids. These children aren't asking for extravagant experiences or non-stop entertainment, they're simply seeking basic affection, to be seen and valued by their mother beyond the glowing screen she's glued to. The fact that this overwhelms Stephanie so much, especially when she's live on camera, is concerning. The quick mood swings, from snapping at minor things, raising her voice suddenly, then calming down as if nothing happened, don't feel like normal tiredness. And the loud, pulsating music blasting during the day, while a baby cries nearby. That's not just overstimulation anymore. It suggests something deeper may be at play. Could there be more behind these emotional outbursts? We're not accusing anyone, but the erratic mood changes, extreme irritability, and energy crashes are warning signs. When combined with an already unstable environment, a cramped motel room filled with 7 people, constant filming, loud noises, and crying children, it paints a worrying picture. This is Stephanie's behavior on camera. What happens when no one's watching? If there is something more going on behind the scenes, these kids might be growing up in a home that's far more unstable and potentially unsafe than just too much stimulation would explain. Stephanie insists she shouldn't be judged for moments when she feels overwhelmed, but this isn't about isolated incidents. This is a consistent pattern. The yelling in the cooking video was shocking. Her dismissiveness toward her daughters during the live stream wasn't accidental neglect, it was emotional rejection. The way she ended that live stream, with frustration and guilt layered into her words, added to the picture of a chaotic, emotionally harsh environment. Add to that the obvious lack of toys or activities suited to children's needs, the constant noise, and the non-stop pressure to make videos, and it's hard to believe this is just one bad day. Stephanie argues that authorities are unfairly involved, but what else could Child Protective Services be responding to? They see the same videos and hear the same cries. These concerns aren't rumors, they come from the content Stephanie shares publicly. If anything, CPS is responding to evidence she has unwittingly given, showing how her behavior might be affecting her children's emotional health. It's absolutely okay for Stephanie to pursue content creation as a career. But she can't claim her children come first while consistently putting her live streams above their emotional needs. She can't say she's a loving, attentive mom when she turns away a child who quietly asks just to sit beside her, promising not to talk or be on camera. That's not a misunderstanding, it's a painful disconnect between her words and actions. What's even more troubling is how she uses motherhood as a defense, like a get-out-of-jail-free card every time she faces criticism. She says, "You don't know what it's like," implying that only she understands how hard it is. But countless mothers know exactly how it feels to be tired and overwhelmed. The difference is they find ways to protect their children's emotional safety rather than using motherhood as an excuse to lash out. Overstimulation isn't a free pass for harmful behavior. This is becoming a disturbing trend. Other creators have done the same, blaming their outbursts on stress or overstimulation. But motherhood isn't a shield, it's a responsibility. Using it to justify hurting your kids is not acceptable. When you bring 5 children into a single motel room with no space, no privacy, and non-stop noise, it's your job to shield them from that, not blame them for struggling. This isn't about one isolated moment. It's about the bigger picture, the crying, the noise, the ignored pleas for attention, and the missed chances to be a mother instead of just a content creator. What we've seen is only a glimpse, and that's the scariest part. What happens when the cameras aren't rolling? Stephanie says she owes no one an explanation, but she owes her children peace and stability, a place where they aren't scolded for being kids. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is a really sensitive topic, and I want to hear what you think. Do you believe the overstimulation excuse, or do you think there's more going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts and feelings down in the comments, I read every single one. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this. And if you're new here, welcome to the community. We're all about real talk and unpacking the stories behind the headlines. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.